options today to play with, and our line is starting to look like something fresh, man. We've got the brand new Death Grip tire shine ready to go, and this is gonna be a great trim dressing. And we have a bunch of new tools to play with. We've been playing with the Scorp brushes. I've liked them quite a bit. I'm just gonna keep using them today. And then also we've got the new detail brushes from Autofiber. We've got a new tire shine applicator from Autofiber as well. So this is gonna be a nice, chill, satisfying mud removal on a Tacoma. And you know what? This is why God killed the dinosaurs, Tyler, when he realized the Tacoma would need fuel. We're putting these in order today, Tyler. We're gonna start with heavy duty to get the wheels real good. We'll use it on the engine compartment. We're gonna use a touchless wash with Stars and Stripes to get all that mud out of the way. And then we're gonna use the snake oil sealant on again to give it a nice fresh up, because we used it on this before. We'll see how it's been holding up, and then we'll dress it up with the Death Grip. And so we're gonna do a real good job today. Let's get into it, man. All right, first up, heavy duty, brand new label. That's what heavy duty deserved, was a nice, fresh, looking label. We're gonna use it straight, how we always do. But you could cut it down 10-to-1, and if you did that, that means this would make a gallon of wheel cleaner for you. Worth stretching it, unless you're me. All right, let's just try it out of the bottle and see what happens here. For this side, we're going to use the IK eFoam Pro 2. This is the Generation 1, the ones that had the bad pressure switches. Mine's still working, but they have a new one now that fixed that problem, so we're going to bring these back into stock. We discontinued them for a little while. So this is how you do 10-to-1, all right? We have 225 milliliters of water, 25 milliliters of this. That's 10-to-1, dude. That's the most science you'll ever see on this channel, Tyler. I'm gonna just let that cook for a little while. I'm just curious to see how much we use. Got a little bit of juice left. I used a lot, but I was going pretty ham with the thing. It's like it wants to go. This is what telephones used to look like. They used to be this shape. This is actually named the Violent Turbofan. So it's pretty dirty still. I think we found the limits of 10-to-1. Yeah, I mean, you'd probably have to do it again, but you know, the thing is, you would scrub it. If we put a brush to that, we would have gotten it just as good as that front wheel, I think. Pretty sure, bro. Overall, we still have 400 milliliters left of this stuff. We didn't do all the wheels. We only did 2 of them. We did one way too strong and one way too weak. I think you could get some work done with even just a little 16 ounce over here. So now that we're done with this stage, let's move on to Stars and Stripes. We didn't wash the tires on the driver's side because I wanted to compare how Stars and Stripes did on their own versus heavy duty. Now Stripes is going to get some work done. You're going to still see some browning, but because it's going on at a much thinner panel impact ratio, I mean, we used this straight and then we used it at 10-to-1. When we cut these into the cannons, we're going to mix them 4-to-1, but then the cannon's going to cut them another 25-to-1. And so the strength of this on the vehicle is only going to be at 100-to-1, which is like 1% of what's coming out compared to 10% of what was coming out the way we did it after we diluted this. It will do some work, but not as much as heavy duty can in that format at that strength. So what we want is to have our foam cannons here with 800 milliliters in the cannon right now. I'm gonna bring that right up to 1,000 milliliters. It's gonna use a good amount of this little 16 ounce bottle. And that used a good amount from in there. So we've still got about 325 milliliters left of this. You only get a few fill ups on the foam cannons out of these little 16s. These are really more for just like seeing, you know, dipping your toes in, see if it's for you. Same thing here, 325 milliliters left. And so you can mix this further potentially. But when you're dealing with something this dirty, you gotta use it at least this strong because the soaps are doing so much of the heavy lifting with this system that they have to go on strong. So let's try these things out. Wow, dude. Here we go. Stars is the acidic side, the low pH, and what that's gonna do is it's gonna break down inorganic grime things like irons and I think minerals maybe too. So this one might be pretty good on this. The stripe side is gonna handle the organic stuff like oils. When they mix together though, they shock the surface tension and release some of the static bond that holds stuff on a vehicle anyway. That's how things get stuck on there, is static actually. When you have wind moving across the surface, it just generates a static charge and it makes things grabby.
Most science you'll ever.
We're using a little more soap, but this is a lot safer than using the full pressure. Even though we already cleaned that wheel, we can take it a little further with this. Man, there is just dirt running right down this thing, man. Now we've got our stripe side, and we'll go right over it so that they mix together, and that's what releases some of that static bond. When these mix, you'll notice that it causes this effect that a lot of people call tearing. Like if you ever seen Ryan from Bling Chemicals doing his thing, you'll say, oh, see where it starts to tear. That's when the two soaps mix, release that static bond, and help it all just fall off. And you get more and more of that effect the hotter the chemicals are.
Most science you'll ever.
We put snake oil on this about, man, it's been in like a month, right? Look at that. It's still going. It's a little slower down here, and I'm not sure if that's because it's still a little dirty and we didn't get it all, or if maybe it took more of a beating with all that impact coming up on it. But whatever the case, it's still on there. I was investigating this little mini tactical light, the PLX, and I thought, man, I like this footprint. It's a nice looking light, but the battery life's not very good. I don't think it's very usable because of that. And so I think we're gonna stick with the Odin 2 that we use right now. Dude, I think UPS is here. It's the post office. We'll let them do their thing. We need more daylight in here anyway. And as always, we use more of the step 1 than the step 2. How much more we're using of the first one? That's because we're power washing with the first one, dude. Makes perfect sense, doesn't it? This hose out of your way, bro. Sorry. The hose, it just keeps... Dude, this thing's like a wild animal. Still have some left. No, can't be that guy who uses a turbo nozzle on the paint, Tyler. I'm willing to look as hacky as you can even imagine, but not that hacky. Now, Jake picked up a lot of bugs in Maine, but this stuff mixed with some good pressure, you got no problem. Don't hire me to wash your Lamborghini, bro. You mess it up. Dude, we don't have to put snake oil on here at all. It's fine. It's still there. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna let this cook for a little while longer and revisit it again and see if it's still there in another month or two. Damn, that thing cleaned up nice. This is how I like to degrease an engine. You just kind of like spray at it, get it from a lot of different angles. This is way too strong, but which brush would you like to see used?
That one.
This one?
That one.
Pretty medium. I'm curious to try this one because it's like really hardcore. And I know the Scorp is for wheels, but you know, what about big areas? You can't be doing this, you know what I mean? That's too much area. So let's use this on. They call it a wheel brush, but it might be an engine brush, Tyler.
Definitely working.
That's what you call quick work right there. And then if you wanted to get your battery terminals, maybe it'd be this one. Oh, those hit pretty hard, dude. Watch out for scratching your stuff up with this one. This is the hardest bristle I've ever used in my life, man. It's like a scraper. This little notch on our injector here, you can aim it at whatever soap you want, but if it's not aimed at a soap, it won't turn on at all. And that means that I can turn on my foam nozzle on this thing and just rinse at like 800 PSI. And that's how you grenade an engine. We're on to the death grip, bro. Look how good that turned out. That is what I call a label. A nice matte finish. We have these kind of applicators from Auto Fiber, right? And these are cool. They're like curved for the tire, but they're not ideal for getting into all of these surface areas. Doing okay on the rest of it. I mean, this makes quick work of getting it on there. You could also use a microfiber, but a brush is probably the most advisable for these. The green Scorp brush has flag-tipped bristles, right? That means that they're all ripped up at the edges, right? Keeps them from being too scratchy. And that's kind of a perk, really good at holding tire shine. So like for these knobs, it's kind of like nice for getting in there all the way. I'm using too much of it. It'll get too runny if you use too much of it, but I'm just loading up the brush so that this can be my tire shine brush. Just get the excess off from in between the knobs. You have your 3 different methods for applying death grip: super matte finish, medium finish, or glossy finish. Let's finish these up. Take a look at the other side, man. We didn't clean these up very good. This is just a touch-free wash. The other side was heavy duty. Heavy duty gets all the browning out, but the people who want their anti-ozonate will be very happy about this. This is just a little hack to make a dirty tire look good. Looks better, doesn't it? Looks like it was clean. Tried to get as much of that greasy stuff off of your frame as we could.
Oh, the wool wax?
Yeah.
You like removed it.
Yeah. This is a nice way to just kind of spread it on the first pass. I do like the brush approach for these knobby tires. You let me know how long this stuff lasts, man. Let's see how it goes. Keep an eye out for any dirt clinging to it. We want to find out for sure, but I've had no problems with dirt clinging to it on my vehicles. All right, let's just put a little bit of it on there. So just for a 50-50. Oh, what do you think of that? That's nice. Yeah, I cleaned up pretty good. Pretty lame if I left it 50-50. Yeah.
I'm gonna do half of it. You have to buy,
You're gonna have to buy the rest, Jake. Overall, our results are pretty good. I'd say that we are looking pretty good. So on the windshield is usually where you'll notice a little film left over. Like we weren't able to get that. So we'll hit that with a little bit of the Maverick. So we added something to our lineup here. So we used heavy duty, that was great. Stars and Stripes did fantastic. Snake oil is still on there from the last time, so we don't need to worry about that. Death Grip did a great job on the tires and then the engine compartment. And now Maverick. This is my favorite glass cleaner right now. It's very, very, very useful. It's just easy. It just evaporates and goes away, man. He needs the inside done too. Oh my God, why is this so small? Give it a shot, bro.
Your sprayer's dying.
Yeah, it seems to be dying, doesn't it? Look at that.
I love this stuff.
Not your first rodeo with Maverick. Why is this thing beeping?
The keys in there.
Oh, I wasn't able to get the center of the outside.
Yeah, I've never been able to
I
either.
don't think I have enough reach, man. And there it is. Quick and dirty. That's a nice lineup, man. So that's everything we needed today. A little bit of Scorp brush action, heavy duty, Stars and Stripes, snake oil, still for the win. Looking good. A little dressing, a little glass cleaner. The green Scorp brush was real nice. The Auto Fiber curved applicator thing and the new Auto Fiber brushes. All of them lined up pretty good. I would say that that is a real win right there. That's looking all right. Quick and easy.